I am Janice Dikoto, a certified mediator and the founder of the Officium Training Limited. I wanted to take the time today to spend a few minutes just to share some skills and some tips in an attempt to mitigate the effects of ill social health. Social health has been on the decline, especially since COVID-19 has been in our midst for the past couple of years. Being a mediator, I would have seen the effects of ill social health in our families, and I wanted to start there. One of the ways that we can mitigate these things is that we can begin again to communicate. Our devices and social meetings has taken the place of real nuanced and rich communication and relationships. It may seem cliche, but we can sit down as a family and have a meal. We can take the time to look into each other's eyes and have conversations and see where we are at. Husbands and wives can again begin to deal and spend time date nights. We have lost the actual connection with family members. We have lost connection with extended family members. Whereas before, we would have had the introduction of cousins and playtime with auntie and uncle and grandmother. These things have been replaced by the much needed social distancing. And I'm asking again that as families, we begin to mitigate social ill health and begin to interject these things into our lives again. Begin to build, begin to spend time. Real communication, replacing what devices have become as stalwarts and hiding places and crutches. What should have just been tools, we have used them to actually separate us. These things lead to the rise of conflict and anxiety. When we are not communicating, we don't know. So miscommunication and misunderstandings are actually allowed to have a field day in our midst. And while we are talking about misunderstandings, I want to talk to us about our work life. As co-workers, as managers, as supervisors, when we don't communicate, the ones that suffer the most are the ones that we are called to serve. Communication is not a soft skill. It is a needful skill, needed in the family and needed in the workplace. Some of the things that we can use in a way to take us out of this rut that we have found ourselves in. Listening without judgmental ears, listening without biases, actively listening and taking and playing a part in each other's lives, so that when we are ready to render service, the service is at a level that those that are in need of it can actually benefit and, might I add, enjoy it. Another area I would like to talk about is relationships. We have walked away from friendships and have settled for simple likes and simple approvals and double tapping and double clicking on each other's posts. When was the last time we spent time? When was the last time someone crossed your mind and you actually went to look for them? I'm imploring that we begin to use these things and operate in these areas so that our social health can be rebuilt and that we can begin again to feel, to know, and to see the difference in our society. I hope that this talk would have done you well, and I hope that I would have left you with some tips that you can use to make your life better.